Hey everyone, I'm Rob. It's Sunday today, and so that means it's time to sit down and chat all things ChatGPT and generative AI and catch up with the news in the week. Now, I have been away because it feels like every week there has been like another major update, another piece of news, and I have to admit, I feel like perfection became the enemy of good here, and it was just like, oh gosh, like, oh, I should like do this or I should report on this, and then like another piece of news would come out and be like, oh gosh, enough of my blather, let's catch up with the news in the week. So let's start off with the big news. It's not this week, but a couple weeks ago, ChatGPT unveiled the 4.0 model. Now, the exciting news this week is that all of the higher models are available to everyone. This is so exciting because I've, using the paid model, ChatGPT 4, blah, 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 this past year, I really do see the difference and have seen the difference over the past year of the free model versus the paid model. So the fact that we all get access to the higher tier models is incredible. This also means that, my previous videos for code interpreter, generating images, that stuff that was only really locked for paid subscribers, that's all available to you now. So any of my old videos, or a lot of my old videos that I went through this stuff, please rewatch them because there's some really good content there that can help you if you've never paid for ChatGPT before. Anyways, I digress. If we go to the ChatGPT page, you can go ahead, select the different type of model that you want. So here we see the 4.0 model, and it's great. It's fast. And I honestly just try it for yourself. It's pretty incredible. The other thing that I really do like is the temporary chat. And here they say that they don't use this data to train any. They don't use it for training, blah, blah, blah. So if you're kind of like, you know what, I'm just going to put some sensitive information here, blah, 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 use the temporary chat, even though I have to say, like, if you're using very sensitive data, please don't put it into ChatGPT, but I digress. Now, in some other OpenAI news, they have announced that they're introducing OpenAI for nonprofits and for education. So if you work in these sectors, this might be interesting information for you. So if you work in the nonprofit sector, they're saying that you can apply for a discount. So essentially what this is just a discount for nonprofits to allow access to kind of the team enterprise versions, which are still paid at a discount. So go ahead and check this out. Of course, link in the description. And then as well for the ChatGPT Edu or education, they're looking to bring this to campuses. So kind of like the big blackboard, like the really large scale enterprise versions. They're looking at rolling this out for schools in the upcoming school year. So if you are a university administrator and this is something that is going to be interesting for you, and of course this is the future, so why not? Go ahead and check that out. The other interesting thing, OpenAI related, that they did mention is that they are beginning to train a new flagship model. So according to the New York Times, they're looking to unveil this in the next year or so and really kind of supersede the powers of the models that we're seeing now. Now, if you look through this article, they also talk about the safety and security component to the model, which is great. I think, honestly, what we're going to see, if I can be a betting man, I would say that we're probably going to see some instances of the text to video with the Sora model, probably text to sound effects now that ElevenLabs has kind of like upped the competition ante. And perhaps we're going to see artificial general intelligence. So perhaps this model can start to execute tasks. For example, like, hey, ChatGPT, can you book me a flight from Amsterdam to Calgary when prices are below 500 euros, something like that. So this is probably what we're going to see in the next year with their new model. Elon Musk is saying that we're likely to see artificial general intelligence in the next year or so. So if I have to be a betting person, I would say that. So some pretty exciting news from OpenAI in the last few weeks. Now, many of you have probably already read this news, but Apple is looking to get into the AI game. We've read this week and subsequent weeks that Apple has partnered with OpenAI to have a sort of ChatGPT element functionality in the ISO 18. So we've been talking about this before on the channel, and so this is probably nothing new if you watch this channel, but let's go ahead and look at Apple Insider. So they say that Apple and OpenAI have reached a deal to bring the ChatGPT functionality to iOS 18. And if you look in the article, though, some of the things that they are saying, which I do agree with, is that we're not going to see like a large language model per se on Apple. It feels like there's already apps for that, and a lot of apps for that. So what they're kind of looking to do is to implement that functionality into Siri, which we've also been talking about before. And please, Apple, please make Siri worthwhile, please. And what they might also be doing is perhaps having an AI app store. So this would be really interesting if it uses kind of like the on-edge computing capabilities with iPhones. Now, some people say that the computing power needed is only available right now in iPhone 15s. So we will see if in the upcoming Worldwide Developer Conference June 10th, if anything is going to be revealed. But yeah, I really have to say that I feel like we're going to see it in the next update. And we know Apple, so there's going to be an element of privacy, which is great. And yeah, I think that they're kind of going to do this implementation a little bit slowly. Okay, so you know how we've been talking about how AI is going to take the movie industry by storm? Again, we've been saying this for like a year now. So much so that like Tyler Perry is halting building new studios and investing in AI. And also too, George Lucas recently was saying that studios have to adopt. Otherwise, it's going to be like, we don't like the car, we're still going to use horses. Anyways, I digress. I feel like what we're going to see is a new era of not only deep fakes, that's kind of like the negative thing, but for the positive, for movie studios, we're going to see a lot of cool things coming out of high fidelity digital faces. So I came across this article on Hacker News just about this. So NPGA, neural parametric Gaussian avatars, or high fidelity digital faces. And on a link that I will post here on somebody's GitHub page, they post like, so the reenactments of these models, so much so that you can have somebody that is doing these facial expressions here, and they've mapped it to these digital avatars. I mean, look at this. This is wild. Like, are you kidding me? So really, when it comes to, I'm just thinking like movie studios, profitability, blah, blah, blah. You can have like regular Joe Schmo, like great facial actor, and then map, an avatar onto his face. Like, this is wild. This is wild. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, so much so that they have, where is it? They have like different genders, I think in a different video as well, I saw kind of like a more monster faced. So I don't know what to say about this. This is, it's one of those things, like I feel like with the news every week, it's like, oh my gosh, this is going to be game changing. But really, I think for movie studios, digital studios, and content creation, this is going to be something that is, it's going to change things. So another news item that's like, okay, guys, things are changing. Come on. Anywho. Now, are we done talking about generative AI in the form of the entertainment industry? Or content creation? No, because although we do talk about like visual things, like the digital avatars, ElevenLabs has now published a text to sound prompt platform. So I'll go ahead and post a link, but I mean, come on, like a shot going off on the hunt, fireworks exploding after a show, like, how cool is this? Please go to this website, try it yourself. Like, come on, a joyful elderly woman says, I'm proud of you. Like, so one of the cool things that you can generate here as well is like classical music. So it's funny, there's that movie AI with Will Smith, and he's like, generate a symphony. And like literally 20 years later from that movie coming out, like this is now reality. So I think again, this is going to really change the face of content creation, of entertainment. Like, I don't even know what to say anymore. Honestly don't even know what to say anymore. It's like, my mind is blown every week, I tell you. And of course, we can't end off the news. Now we have to talk about something that's funny and odd and society related with AI. And I don't know, I feel like this makes me just want to weep inside, but oh well, we'll talk about it. There is now Miss AI, the world's first beauty contest with computer-generated women. Yeah. So, I mean, hey, do you want to win $20,000 or around like 18,000 euros? Well, join the the Fan View Miss AI Pageant. They're judged on their beauty, poise, and their unique answers to a series of questions. Hopefully none of these questions are going to be like, I'm going to make you a cash pig and take all of your money, or collectively work to take over the world. So the judges are some AI creators, beauty pageant winner. Well, that's life, you know. This is our reality. So that is it for the news this week. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Also, to really appreciate, I've seen some people subscribe lately, which is like, thank you. That means a lot, and kind of keeps the train going. You know what I mean? Because really, I'm just talking to myself in a room. But yeah, now I'm awkward. Well, have a great week ahead, and we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks, everyone. Bye.